Amazon is about 60% of our sales. I think we did like 120 bucks our first day, and we're just super stoked. But then the first month, it just started going like, but it was freaking cool to see. Like as soon as, from $120 to like multiple thousands of dollars a day.
When did you start on Amazon?
Oh, Amazon, so we officially launched April 17th of 2023. So we got the company in November, and then we're working our butts off in the background to build the site, do all that back end stuff that you got to do, product descriptions, barcodes, label design, branding, even starting to go after Amazon. So we started trying to fire Amazon up even before we had our product. We wanted to get our company registered and all that. And so we started Amazon, I think it was about 2.5 months into our first live date of April 17th. And since then, it's been freaking great. Like Amazon for us is awesome because we just we get all of the product shipped to our warehouse here in San Diego. And then we get it in, it kind of sucks because we get it in 5-pack logs. So, and on Amazon, we have single pucks. So we have to we have some handling involved with it. And then we just ship it off to Amazon as FBA. And it's one less fulfillment thing that we have to do here. So it's pretty freaking great. Amazon is about 60% of our sales also.
That's amazing. So
So
you launched off of Amazon, and then you guys went into Amazon.
yeah,
And
so we launched Shopify first. So our backend is all Shopify, and then we got the trademark and got everything that they needed from us in order to get our brand page, and then just kind of dove into Amazon.
nice. So tell me about your product and how did you guys get land on this, and why did you choose e-commerce? Like
Well,
what made you make the leap and decide to start an e-commerce business?
yeah, so Jared and I have kind of dabbled in e-commerce a little bit here and there because our background is originally construction, and we wanted something that could, once it started working, could generate you money pretty much every day and even while you sleep. With construction, it's different. You got to be there, you're local. There's a lot more involved. You got employees, you've got staff, you've got these requirements that require your overhead to be a lot more. So with ecom, it was the huge draw was lower overhead, like more availability for us to pretty much work wherever, whenever, in order to fulfill the brand. And then the ability to, as soon as you turn on Amazon, you're like, you can pick, you can be Amazon US, you can be Amazon UK, you can be Amazon Canada. Like as soon as you get approved for that, it's just boom, all of a sudden you're global or you're nationwide. So that huge appeal of that, and then also all three of us pretty much do everything, and we have no employees, and you can outsource pretty much everything, and it works, which is awesome. So the product is nectar. It's based off of Swedish snus. So it's a little white pouch that won't get you fired, and it's caffeine and a nootropic called cognizine, which is a registered trademark compound that helps with your brain function and the neuroplasticity within your brain. And cognizine has all this studied white papers on their background of how it helps you, with your focus, with memory recall, and with the neuroplasticity within your brain. And why we chose this product and why we made it was we kind of noticed a trend within the energy sector of everyone going for these crazy high caffeine amounts. I mean, you look at Celsius, you look at C4, Red Bull, Bangs. The minimum they have in them for caffeine is 250 milligrams, which is like not that bad. But when you start drinking 2 to 3 of those things a day, then your anxiety, you can't sleep well, you just start seeing this kind of like decline, and then it's a vicious cycle because you didn't sleep well, you got to have another one. and then you're tired because you crashed, so you drink another one. And so with ours, we're a lower caffeine content, but we focus mainly on that nootropic effect of, hey, I need to get this done right now. I don't want to, it's kind of late in the day. Let me just take this pouch, get the focus, and then I can still go to sleep at night. Or I've got this long drive. I don't want to hit the bathroom every freaking hour and because I drank too much coffee or energy drinks. So let me just put these pouches in. And the cool thing is you can, like, one pouch has 30 milligrams of caffeine and 62.5 milligrams of cognizine. Let's say you're really tired, you can take two pouches at once. Like, the dosing is kind of cool with it. Whereas with an energy drink, it's like, okay, I might drink half of it and then it gets flat or nasty. Yeah, so that's pretty much the product. That's why we started it. We were all avid energy drinkers ourselves and wanted to move away from that as we started getting older.
Yeah, no, I love it. It's such a cool idea and a great concept for a product. And I feel like it will help a lot of people who are trying to cut down on caffeine or energy drinks. At first, I thought it might have nicotine in it too, but I wasn't
We
sure.
wanted to. We wanted to make it when we first started, like, conceptualizing the product. We were like, dude, how cool would it be if we could do nicotine and caffeine and the nootropic all at once and then come out with like a nicotine free one? And it turns out you can't do that. So
Is it because there's a lot of complications with nicotine or
yeah, the it's all about the ATF and mixing the nicotine with the supplement sides of things. It's like, you probably could do it and get away with it for a little bit, and then you have ATF knocking on your door, which is not somebody you want to be really messing around with.
yeah. So how do you use the product? You just put it similar to like a nicotine pouch. It looks like
hmm
one of those that you put under your tongue and
So you just take it and just put it in the lip or a top lip, or if you don't want it really touching your teeth, you can do it under your tongue, kind of like a lozenge, and then it's just in your mouth.
cool. So you guys came up with the concept. It's you and your coworkers, right?
Yeah,
You
so
guys
it's me, Jared, and then Oscar, the Swedish counterpart.
Okay, so you guys came up with the idea, which is pretty cool.
hmm
And what was your first step? You're like, okay, let's find a manufacturer, or like, how did you go about it?
First step was like, will this actually work? Like, can we actually put caffeine and certain nootropics in a pouch? Like, let's try to get a minimum viable product before we start finding a manufacturer. So what we did was I started digging into a lot of white papers and research on certain compounds that we wanted to use in the product. And can these be, do these have to be digested? Can they get into your body just through your saliva? So that was another step. And then buying bulk supplements and the little like milligram and micro measuring cups. And then we were like, dude, we need to figure out how to get this into like a pouch, and nowhere sells like just the little pouch thing that you can refill. So we just bought a bunch of tea bags, and then I just had a notebook full of like different formulas and just started doing them and handing them off to people that I knew and see, got their reaction. And the whole time we were trying to find a manufacturer also, and then trying to figure out how to what was the best like company formation, and then what were we going to call it, like what was the name going to be, and what were the product names going to be, what were the flavors. So we all, because there's three of us and we're all highly motivated and extremely we were pushing this really fast to try to get it to market. And so we all kind of took on different roles and different attributes to the company to get it going. And then after we had like that, the formula kind of set out, I found Cognizine, and I was like, man, I wonder if these guys would let us use their trademark product or their trademarked ingredient in our product, because they're in some pretty big name energy supplements already. They're in a couple drinks and then some powders, and also online on Amazon they sell, if you just search Cognizine, I mean, and you do your Jungle Scout, just the Cognizine like one of the top brands sells like millions of dollars a month of just cognizine. And so it was like a Hail Mary. I was like, dude, we're new. We don't even really have a product, but I'm going to hit them up, tell them what we plan to do with it. And they actually responded and told us, since we're introducing it in such a novel way, yeah, you guys can use it. Here's the agreement, here's all this, and then let us know when you want to order. I was like, dang, they actually reached back out to us, just like
That's awesome.
that's pretty cool, man.
I
So
lo I love it. So your next step was like, let's find a manufacturer who can actually put
mhm.
this together.
Yep.
Did you
Yeah.
find someone in the US or did you go overseas?
So we were trying to the US, there's like one that we hit up, and they were just too expensive for the cost of what we wanted to put in, and then also their manufacturing cost. It would have made the product extremely expensive. So we didn't go with them. And then there were some in Canada that we were looking at that do the nicotine pouches, and talked with them, kind of went down the road with them. And then we found the Swedish one that we ended up ultimately going with, was the Swedish factory, and talked with them. Oscar went and met with them a couple times, showed us the facility, and they came in right where it was like, okay, this is a great fit. We like these guys. We vibe with them. They understand what we're looking to do. We get what they're trying to do on their business model side also. And there was a cool relationship started just from the beginning too with them.
Hmm.
So where it's manufactured over in Sweden to the EU standards, and then trying to figure out how to get it from Sweden to the United States and clear like FDA and customs and all that was another fun little journey too.
So let me get this straight. You guys buy the products from the US and ship it to Sweden to put it together, to put it in the pouches, or
So we source everything from the EU. So Cognizine has a headquarters in Germany, and they ship it to the manufacturer, and then the manufacturer buys the caffeine from their source in the EU as well.
got it.
And then so they accumulate all of the goods from the EU and then put it into the product and then ship it to us.
Got it. And they do the packaging too, or did you have to do that separate?
Yeah, so it comes off the assembly line with the stickers. So it's got this, they do the stickers, the side stickers, and then it comes in a log. Let me see if I've got one right here. So then it comes in a log like this of 5 of them put together,
Hmm.
and then that comes in a box that they ship to us on pallets of about 9,000 pucks per pallet.
$9,000 a pallet.
Pucks. So 9,000 of these per
Oh,
pallet.
9,000 pucks. Got it.
Yeah.
And do you mind if we go start like breaking down some of the costs for to kind of like get a picture of like how much it costs to start this business and like
Yeah.
how it compares to sales and stuff? Okay, so let me ask you about the design. Did you hire a designer to come up with the logo and the design on the puck?
So we got really lucky with that. My best friend, his dad is I guess you would call him, he's kind of like a brand agency, but it's just him. And he's done a lot of big brands and helped them redesign. And they're starting. He did all the design work for Everbowl, the acai place, and so we went to them, and they were like, you know what, we're just going to hook you guys up with it and let us, get us something down the road. And I was
That's
like,
awesome.
dang, okay, like, because you just saved us like 100 grand, dude. Thank you.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
It doesn't get better than that.
yeah. I was shocked. We have paid them some money right now. We've paid them about, I think it was about, because we needed them to retouch up some stuff, so we paid them for their time then, and it was around 10 grand is what we've given them so far.
Yeah.
But once we start growing and getting bigger, we're gonna start like paying them more for for what they've done for us for our brand.
So walk me through how did they help you guys? What did they build for you in terms of design, website? What exactly what kind of services did they do for you?
So they did the logo, they helped with the labels, and then they helped with the colors and also the brand voice and brand tone, and kind of like a quasi brand book, but not really finished because he got super busy on what he was doing. So then we had to bring in another designer, which is Oscar's friend, to help with it and to get it to finalize everything. And we've paid him. Jared, how much have we paid Eric?
So what we're doing with Eric is basically an agreement that he picks a spot on the globe that he wants to travel to, and we sponsor the trip. So that's kind of the trade-off with Eric. Um, because I mean, he already has he's doing it kind of as a favor, and that's one of the things that I would recommend is tap into your resources and your network and find people that are willing and able to help you get it up off the ground. Because sometimes paying them money isn't always everything, right? So it's almost like assisting them with helping them out with an experience. One of the other things that we're gonna do is also bring him over to the US. So he's gonna pick a city and we're gonna take him on a trip to the US.
That's awesome. I mean, doesn't get better than that. I mean, also I think you guys have such a novel idea that people want to jump on it and help out. You know, it sounded like such a cool concept that you guys put together, and people wanted to be part of it too. And that's the cool thing about like coming up with something like you guys did.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's different. I mean, it's different and it's you know, we're not out there trying to take advantage, but we're also trying to provide opportunity to people, right? To be able to be a part of something that is, I mean, kind of revolutionary.
mm, I love that. All right, so you guys got help. I'm gonna put it down as $10,000, just for someone who maybe is uh, doesn't have a resource, but that's pretty good to know on brand identity, design, all of that. Um, and the next thing I would like to know is like how much did it cost for did you guys order samples initially when with the manufacturer to see like how the product looks like, if this is something that is what this is going to be like the end product? Did you order some samples initially?
Yeah, so I'm gonna put it in there as formulation. So we couldn't really do like a sample run with them because we needed to buy all of the base products in order to build what we wanted. And so ultimately we paid about 20 grand to get the formula put together, get the flavoring that we wanted for our first run, and then get like 4 cookie jars worth like I'd say we probably got about 2,000 pouches of the first run that they made for us with the formula and the different flavors that we wanted. So then we tested it out, saw how it went, and
So
that
they
was
charged
prior
you.
to the
So it
yeah.
cost you $20,000 to get the formulation plus the 2,000 units to test out.
Yeah.
That's added.
Yes.
That's not including like your first inventory order.
No,
Mm-mm.
no.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
Crazy, huh?
that's the barrier right there. And you
Were
know,
you
that
guys
was
scared to put in like that kind of money up front?
yeah. Yeah. Right? Because like what if it doesn't work or you get the pouches and they're just in the moment that they've left the factory to when you received them, they turn to green or something, right? Like
Oh my God.
there's so many different variables to it. And I think included that included the purchase of the base ingredients as well.
The,
So
I got it.
yeah, so it was just like a really low volume production run.
Yeah.
That's what was kind of wild about the whole thing in the beginning, because a bunch of other manufacturers we were talking to, they're like, their barrier to entry was a lot lower, but if you want the best, you have to kind of pay for it. And we saw like the products from the other manufacturers and we were like, like it's not bad, but it's not like what we want. And then we got some of their stuff that they make on a different line that isn't the caffeine products. We got some of their nicotine pouches and we were like, these are the guys we want to work with.
Mm. So
Like
you were
these guys
impressed
know
with
their
their
stuff.
quality.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
exactly.
I love that.
So
And
with the
especially if you're
price
going for
tag, it's
premium
like, dude.
too, right? Like if you're going for premium ingredients, premium, I mean like the premium labels, like the premium cans, you're gonna pay for that.
Yeah, absolutely. How many manufacturers did you go through before finding that one?
I'd say at least five.
At least
Yeah,
five.
5.
Yeah, at least five. Five
What?
that would get back to us. Let's put it that way.
Got it. Okay.
And there's not many manufacturers that do this specialized type of manufacturing
Mm,
that open it up for contract manufacturing.
I see. Well, that's cool, guys. It paid off in the end. And did you guys think about like starting an LLC during that time? Did you start it like right at the beginning, or did you wait for after to do that?
The LLC was pretty much one of the first things that we did prior to paying any sort of funds or purchasing anything. The background, like all of the business development side of things, like, getting a business plan put into place, uh, different financial projections, and kind of developing, I guess, incubating the ideas of how this business could be shaped. That was all done prior to the formation of the LLC.
Nice. And that's really good because we do encourage people to create an LLC for two reasons. One, it helps with protecting liability just in case anything comes back, it doesn't affect your personal assets. And two, it helps with taxes if you're here in the US. I'm not sure how it works overseas, but here in the US, it helps with, taxes and saves you some money at year end. Cool, guys. Well, I don't want to spend too much time on the startup, but I see Brett is putting in some numbers here. Appreciate it. I would like to dive into the to the launch period, but right before that, I would like to know the startup cost. So, like, how much does it cost you to make one product?
It's around $3.
$3. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're selling each one for, I think I saw it here. It was
Well,
$35 or 36
yeah. So that's for the 5-pack though.
for the
So
five
that,
pack.
yeah, so that
Okay.
would
Yeah.
be
So the
$15 in cost.
Okay. All right. So let's go to the fun part. So
yeah.
you guys did all this. Now it's like time to launch. You have the website ready, you have the inventory, you have, you're ready to like put it live. What was first month like? And how many units did you guys sell? How did it go? Did it sell right away? Did it like was it a slow start? And how did you guys feel? Like what was that experience like?
Dude, so right when that stuff landed, so we kind of did a soft launch in the beginning and we're like, oh, we have the manufacturing slot date. We know, we paid for it. Let's start seeing if we can get people to do a pre-order on our Shopify. And I think we did like $120 our first day, and we're just super stoked. We're like, dude, hell yeah! Like people are gonna buy this stuff. Like it was like $120. I was like, oh great, dude, cool. But then the first month, it just started going like, dude, it like launched and took off. And once people started finding out about it, it just kept, growing and growing. And then Amazon. So we started with Shopify first, had like 2 months of sales on there. And then as soon as Amazon dropped, it was just like parabolic and it was friggin' sick. And it was gnarly to be like, okay, now that it's selling, we got to keep up with this thing, man. Like, how much do we need? Where then it's like, all right, we need to figure out inventory tracking. We need to figure out sell-through rate. We need to like keep up on this because there's the lead time on the product for us. There's about a 4 to 6 week lead time for us before it's landed to our door. And so it's like, man, if this keeps going, like we're gonna need to order X, we're gonna need to, double the next order. Like this is crazy. And we ran out of stock or got super, super low on stock twice our first year. And it was like, but we always kept Amazon as full as possible because we knew like if you go out of stock on Amazon, it's not good for your product listing or your ranking as with the product.
Mhm.
So the Shopify, we would just kind of go on there and put out of stock on stuff and then mainly just fulfill or ship out the Amazon orders. And but it was freaking cool to see. Like as soon as, from $120 to like multiple thousands of dollars a day on both Amazon and on Shopify within like 4 or 5 months of selling.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And the big thing on Amazon too is once we signed up for FBA as well.
Yep.
That is what made our sales go like vertical.
Oh, so you started FBM at first?
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
While we were basically getting everything completed and figured out to do FBA.
Wow. Okay. Cool. So you guys were shipping the products yourselves in the beginning, and then
Yeah.
you're like, okay, let's do FBA. Do you
Yeah.
remember what was your first months in sales on Amazon?
I can look that up real quick.
Would love to share that, or just to see like how the first couple of months did on Amazon. And while Jared does that, do you mind sharing like 3 mistakes that you did that maybe cost you money launching this brand?
I would say the biggest one would be starting off without the help of a reputable Amazon agency. So when we started on Amazon, we didn't know, neither of us knew anything. None of us knew anything about how to get onto Amazon, get a product approved on there, especially a supplement one where they want more information. And so I don't know, there were so many emails back and forth with Oscar and an Amazon rep. He spent probably a total time of about 72 hours of corresponding back and forth with this guy. So it's just wasted time before finally like breaking through and getting somebody different that was like, okay, yeah, you guys can sell this on Amazon. It's not a nicotine product. Because that was the biggest thing. They thought it was a nicotine product. And he's like, no, here's the ingredient list. Here's the FDA. Here's all this stuff. And so that cost us time getting on Amazon because we wanted to launch both simultaneously, and that's what that 2 month lag was from that. Another mistake, I would say, not doing more kind of organic posting and hype around the product before we launched. So filming that journey would have been super cool to like look back on, but we were in the thick of it. Like we were both running our company and trying to launch this thing in our spare time. Oscar's working his full-time job and trying and working on this in the background also. So the thought of even like filming the startup process, it didn't really even cross our minds, but I kind of wish we would have filmed more along the way because then, 3, 10, however many years down the road, you could always like look back and be like, dang, dude, like we were in the thick of it back then. That's crazy. Like, and you remember this, you remember that, like just the memories along the way. You have to cherish those too, because what seems like a problem to you then, you can look back on it and be like, man, I can't believe it. Like we struggled with that. Like what the heck, now it just comes so easy to you. Do you have any other mistakes that were made?
Do you do any social media marketing now? Is that like ongoing? How is that going?
Yes. Yeah.
Dude, the last couple months have been tough because it's everyone I'm talking to is that's all the election year. So everything's super expensive. And then Temu, I guess, is spending a bunch of money in the Instagram and paid ad space. And so everything's just going way up through the roof and coming down on your metrics. And it's just not, it's going well for us because we have like it's a cheaper product, so it kind of can be an impulse buy for people too. But the last 3 months, we've seen decreases in our metrics, but it still isn't that bad. It wasn't like when we were on TikTok Shop and TikTok and Instagram all at the same time, just blowing a bunch of ad spend and being like, well, where's this coming from?
Were you
Yeah.
doing a lot of like influencer marketing or shooting content yourself?
So we do have like the UGC kind of side of the influencer marketing. I don't think it doesn't perform very well, in my opinion, unless you get like, we've been trying to go after more personalities now and people who, like you said in the beginning, like people want to contribute and be part of something. So they play a sport, if they're into something, if they have some type of following, like, and they love our product, like we want to get behind them and help support them also as they help support us, but not do it as like an ad. And then the UGC, most of our paid ad stuff is right now, the statics are working really well for us. But the UGC, we've just seen it kind of tank. So we're not really doing it.
Mm. That's really good advice for people out there who are trying to increase their visibility on social media and because marketing is a big part of it, and I encourage a lot of sellers to like invest and know that in the know-how of how to create like a social media presence and do some marketing, especially before launch, and it will give you an idea if your product is gonna do well or if it's not. And
Yeah.
it will also
Well,
help you with launching in the beginning where a lot of
yeah,
people will be waiting.
if you can build an audience and people who are anticipating that launch with you, then as soon as it drops, it's like, yes, dude, let's get this. And then you can use that kind of base level as a stepping stone to see who's interested in your product. What are the pain points that they're accomplishing or overcoming because of my product, or how does my product help them? Okay, let's keep diving into that. Let's keep looking at that. Let's go after this demographic and offer the same pain points that's helping this demographic over here and see if it works also. It's all just tinkering around with how you're portraying the product or the service, if you're doing a service or anything, to who you're like trying to sell to. Right.
Mm,
And I think the whole thing with the influencer marketing, like people are smart. They like influencers I don't think it's as good as you would think it would be, because people don't want to be sold. Like they're on Instagram or TikTok for free stuff. They're there for free entertainment, free knowledge, wasting time kind of free. Like they don't want the person who they're following for free stuff really selling to them
mm.
a product, unless it's like something crazy good, where it's like, dude, this is the best thing. I'm not sponsored by these guys. Like you guys should, this thing is super cool. But anything sponsored, I think it's just the consumer has wised up to it.
Yeah, no, definitely. Especially if you can get people who recommend it, like if you can send it to someone as a gift and they kind of share it on their social media, it's like a bigger way of doing marketing than just paying people to make videos and post them on your page. Because now you have influencers like marketing your brand, your product on their page with their followers, which could be a lot larger than your following. And, people kind of trust people now. They trust the influencers they follow, or they want to connect more with personal experiences versus an ad. or an advertisement. I've heard stories of like people sending their product for free to like an influencer or a celebrity, and the celebrity gets excited and they just share it in their stories, and they didn't even pay them. They just like send them
Yeah.
this cool product, and you know the influencer or the celebrity is like excited to have this. They look at this product and they're like, oh, this is a novel product, and you know it's kind of cool. I want to share about it. uh I've heard like those work the best when it comes
That that's
to
because that's
social.
organic, you
Yeah,
know? It's not, "Hey, I just sent you the product and $5,000 for a story post and a regular post." Like, people know that, like, people can wise up to that kinda stuff. Like, as soon as they see, like, a little code in the, like, description, they're like, "Ah, yeah, next, next, next." Like,
yeah.
but that's cool. Like, having them do it for free, that's kinda like, well, not free, but, like, surprising them with your product, that's, you know,
Well, and
that's there's a certain level of trust there too.
I think the other thing that it's highly dependent on the type of product that you're trying to provide to, the customers. And
I'll be right back.
I think that's a variable that you don't necessarily know unless you try it. And that's one of the things is like, I mean, we're constantly giving things a new try or a new shot. And then measuring the performance on it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it does depend. I feel like your product could be like a lifestyle product, especially with in the athletic industry, or the health and fitness industry, where people are always looking for energy supplement product type, and it's unique, it's different. And I feel like it will work really well if you'd like send it to an athlete who's got a social media presence. They might be able to share about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're doing that organically. One of the bigger things that we do is we keep an eye on our Instagram and the different things that we post. We try to post things that are relevant to different communities,
Mm,
or different personal interests, I would say. And when we start reaching people, we continue to dig through who the people are that are liking our posts or sharing our posts, right? And if they have a larger following or if they fit a certain demographic that we're trying to target, we reach out to them directly and we ask them if they would like some, free of charge kind of deal. And essentially it's not like, yeah, we'll send you this, can you make us a post? It's like we ask, would you like some of this? If they say yes, it's like, okay, here it goes. Get back to us, tell us if you like it. If you enjoy it, then let's further the discussion. If not, no harm, no foul.
yeah,
Right.
that's pretty good strategy, definitely.
Yeah. And we don't want to pay people who aren't going to actually use the product either.
Yeah, that's really smart because you're also complimenting those who are showing some interest in the brand and the product. So for them, it'll be like, oh, I'm getting a free, product from this page that I follow, that I like their videos, and now they're offering me a free product. That's pretty cool. I
Yeah.
feel like that will incentivize them to kind of talk about it in their stories or their post or some or to even word of mouth to their friends or
Mhm.
something.
Exactly. And like you
It's like
don't
a
know who these other people know, right? And it's, I mean, we have a drift car racer, and his team is, you know, the they're the quintessential demographic that we would like to reach, right? Fun loving, active, enjoys certain things, and they have a drift race team. One of the other Literally, like the other day, one of their friends has 120,000 followers, and she bought it directly from the website with his code, right? I mean, she could have reached out and been like, hey, let me leverage my followers, blah, 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 give me some free stuff. But it's like, no, she supported them by using their code and just, spontaneously posted to her story about it. And that's kind of like the organic reach that is hard to measure, the you know the physical word of mouth.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. That's truly amazing to like even know that that happened is amazing.
Yeah. And that comes, and the other thing too with all of this is like as you grow your sales and everything, and as you start selling to people, you have to back that up, right? Figure out what your commitment is to the customer. And you have shipping policies, you have return policies. Well, adhere to those, right? Are you profitable enough to offer, a free replacement, things like that? And one of the biggest things that we receive in because not everything goes right. I mean, shipping carriers lose packages or the fulfillment isn't always 100% accurate. I mean, it's within a margin of error that's acceptable. But when that happens, you don't neglect the customer, right? And you make them feel seen and you make them feel important. And the more often you do that, the more loyalty that you're building.
Definitely, customer service is very important and it could be overlooked sometimes, but it's very critical. Customer is always right. You have to make their experience really good for them to talk about it or to make them feel good. Because most people buy based on emotion, like it's all emotional buying. So if they had a good experience buying from you, they are more willing to either recommend or buy again from the same company because now they associate their good feeling with with the product. So good customer service is really really important. And on that note, I wanted to ask, what are like 3 lessons that you can share with people who are starting new that you guys learned through this journey, that could help somebody that they're starting fresh?
I would say number one is if you don't know, you can either figure it out. If you don't know something, try to learn it. If it's too high of a barrier to learn, right? If it's highly specialized, find somebody who knows it that's willing to give you insight on it. Always never talk yourself out of something because you don't know about it.
Yeah, negative self-talk is always a challenge, especially in the beginning. Most people quit because of self-negative talk.
Yeah.
And
And I mean, we went through five, at least five potential manufacturers, and two of those were very promising. And if it's a bad deal and if you don't feel like your intuition is telling you to not do or like sign that deal, then don't sign it, right? Follow your intuition and don't give up. Like you just keep searching, right? The harder something is to find and the harder something is to bring to market, there's a variety of reasons for that, but there's also a variety of opportunities that can come from that.
definitely, that's really good advice. And if is it possible, do you guys have like rough numbers of like profits? If you don't have the exact numbers, that's fine. Like if you have like roughly from launching on Amazon, would like to share that, or if you'd like to give like the 6 months mark. How long have you launched? You launched in November, you said, of 2023.
Yeah,
Uh,
November of 22 was our formation, and then April of 23, and then it was on Amazon from
June
June.
was the first month, yes.
Yeah, June.
So it's been a
So
year.
yeah, it's coming. Yeah, it's a year.
Yeah,
Holy cow! I
that's
didn't even
true.
realize that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So far into
Congratulations,
it.
guys.
The year today, dude. Year today. You
Yeah,
got us at the
yeah,
right time, Kamel.
exactly.
Hey,
Which
congratulations. You guys did a great job. I mean,
Yeah, thank
congratulations on
you.
all the success. It's beautiful what you guys have done. I would love to, if you guys
that's
can give me like a rough revenue on how much you made year to date, like that would be cool to share. If not, that's totally fine too. But
so you want Amazon?
yeah, Amazon is fine.
Jared, do you know that?
Year to date
Yeah.
or our first year on Amazon,
First
which would have
year.
been June to December, right?
No, like June
Or
to
no,
June.
this whole year,
If
yeah.
yeah, this
Yeah,
whole
so
year.
that's about 1.4, and that wasn't with FBA on until I believe September.
October. Yeah,
Yeah,
September,
September,
October.
October.
1.4, that's not with FBA, that's without.
Correct. Yes.
So in 3 months, June, July, no, like 5 months. In 5 months, you guys made 1.4 million in sales revenue.
Oh, that
Mm.
was so that what we did on Amazon, correct. It was we broke the June, so in 23, just to kind of clarify, I thought we were doing a 12-month tailing. But in 23, we did probably 700, I would say.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
year to date is a little over 700.
Got it. Well, nice guys. That's really
Yeah.
exciting.
And that's
Congrat-
hitting stock issues as well, right? Scaling issues, things of that nature. So, and I mean, pretty much all of 23 and early 24, the first month of 24, that was with 3 flavors.
So in October, you changed to FBA. In January, you've increased the number of flavors.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. So we went from 3 to 4 for about a month and a half, and then 5 just to up till today.
Mm.
So now we have 5 flavors, one core formulation, and looking to grow in the future different formulas and more flavor offerings and a couple other different pouch products too that are symbiotic with the energy industry.
Mm.
Exactly. Add a little variety.
Yeah. Yeah, because with Amazon, it's all about taking up that top spot, right? Like you want to have all your offerings, all like if somebody searches your brand, you want to push everyone down. Like that's what we've learned too. So we still do some FBM stuff because like let's say we have a starter pack, which is the first 2 flavors. It's the fresh mint and the iced mango, and then you get stickers. So we'll fulfill that here with at our warehouse, but it's nice because we got starter pack pro, starter pack epic, starter pack ultimate, and it's all just different flavoring offerings with stickers and stuff, and they're all individual listings. So what it does is when somebody
Mm.
searches us, it's boom, there we are. Here's the fresh mint, here's the ice mango, starter pack epic, and then it's like those all rank really well. So everybody else that like is hunting our keyword or advertising our keyword is like pushed down below us.
Nice. That's pretty
So
smart
you want the real
strategy.
estate. Yeah, you want the real estate, right?
Yeah.
Yes, location, location, location.
Definitely works with Amazon too. Yeah, having more listings to cover the page is definitely a huge plus. Um,
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the people like when we started, it was 2 listings, and it was just like, dude, how are we gonna like keep climbing? How are we gonna keep the ranking going up? And it was like, well, let's just start kind of like putting together starter packs, keep just chunking away at like that real estate with what we offer and what people want, because not everybody wants to buy a full 5 pack of a flavor they've never tasted before. So
mm,
let's give them an option for 2.
nice. Yeah, that's really smart strategy. And I'm excited to try your product too. It sounds really, really cool. I like coffee myself. I like getting some caffeine, but the fact that it
There
comes
you
with
go.
other supplements, like
Yeah.
beneficial supplements, I'm excited to try that.
Yeah. Well, we're not trying to like replace people's like habits, right? Like I wake up and I love having a cup of coffee. Like that's like what I do in the morning, it's like a little ritual. And but like if you're trying to do activities, if you're trying to do something, if you're, like this is just so convenient. You just throw it in your bag, throw it in your fanny pack, throw it in your backpack, and you can go. And you can fly with it. So if you travel and you're like just getting off a red eye, you don't have to go run into the Starbucks there that everybody else is running to. You just you just take a pouch and freaking go for it.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's great for on the go or even when you're sitting and working and don't want to
Hmm.
get up and make a cup of coffee. Like you could just, you know, pop one of
I know
those.
if you're in like that what do they call it, the creative mode or the flow state, it's like,
Exactly.
dude, if I go, like, I really want a cup of coffee, but this is like, I'm jamming right now, like, I can't, I need to not get up from this, don't break this.
Exactly. If you're in the flow mode, you don't want to break it.
Yep. Yeah. You can't, you know.
Well, hey, thank you guys for coming in today and sharing all this knowledge. And again, congratulations on all the success. It's all
Yeah,
really
you.
exciting. I'm happy for you guys. And I'm excited to like follow your journey and see where this leads and see you guys grow. And this is such a cool product. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you for reaching out and thank you for taking the time to, have us on and let us explain it and kind of go through our journey and, send us an email with your address. We'll send you some.
I appreciate it.